We are Art and Jason from Phoenix, Arizona. In May of 2024, we threw our GoPro camera in a suitcase and headed off for a 2-week Italian dream vacation. Come along with us in this video series, and we'll show you the splendor of Italy.
Walk into the church, see also the relation of the timing. Oh, it's not the same.
Our morning at the Vatican began with a taxi ride across Rome. Lucky for us, there was a taxi stand at the Santa Maria Maggiore Basilica, which was just a 2-minute walk from our apartment. We jumped in a cab and took the 15-minute ride across town. The Vatican is in a part of Rome called Trastevere, which is Italian for across the Tiber River. We crossed the Tiber and were shortly dropped off right in front of St. Peter's Square. One of the best things about traveling Europe in general, and Rome in particular, is how you can round a corner or step out of a car and immediately you're hit smack in the face with a landmark that you've only seen in pictures or video. This was one of those moments. We got out of our taxi and there it was. St. Peter's Square in all its gigantic splendor. There were times when we wondered if the citizens of Rome ever took the sights in this city for granted, like we sometimes do with the mountains of Arizona. I don't know if sights like this ever become commonplace, but for the two of us, these first impressions of Rome have created lasting memories. Oh, is it blocked off? Okay. I think that's our kiosk. We met up with our tour at 7:30 a.m. The big advantage of being with the first groups to arrive is shorter lines. Although these tours are billed as skip the line, there are still lines. What skip the line gets you is the ability to skip the line at the ticket booth, which during peak times can be several hours. Our group managed to queue up and get through security in about 15 minutes.
Somebody else who wants to take the steps?
After entering St. Peter's Basilica, the first part of the tour is the dome climb. This dome. The dome climb consists of 551 steps. You can skip the first 231 of them because there's an elevator that takes you to the roof of the basilica. This is the option we chose. St. Peter's Basilica is the tallest building in Rome because no one is allowed to build anything taller. This affords the adventurous the best vantage point for taking in views of the city. Once you reach the roof of the basilica, you have to climb the final 321 steps. There is no elevator. You're basically following a staircase that's wedged between the inside and outside skin of the dome. Before setting off on the final climb, we found ourselves on the walkway that runs around the interior of the dome. Here we were treated to the mosaic artworks of angels ascending toward heaven, as well as the view of the mortals down below. The stairs get steeper and narrower the higher you go, forcing you into tighter and tighter circles. Once you reach the top, out the door you go into the sunshine and the best available view of Rome. I was just saying to Art, like you see this on television or in photographs, and you just don't know. I mean, it's like being outdoors. We were up on the in the dome, sort of looking down, and people look from an airplane. Uh, it's just incredible. I can't. I don't have the words. We made our way down to the floor of the basilica, the best approximation I've ever seen of an outdoor space that is totally indoors. So this is the basilica? What? This is the basilica? Is that what it is?
And in your last, this wasn't rubbed off. You would rub the left foot, and it was all polished because they had to keep replacing the left foot.
It's something either like toy ball there? That's weird.
Down there are the chains that they chained St. Peter with. They're in a thing that you
That's just one story down? Can you go in there? No.
normal.
Not. Oh, really? The thing that you remember about this place is the incredible sense of scale. Even objects or statues that are not a focal point of the basilica, tucked away in niches, are of such grand scale that if they were displayed anywhere else, they'd appear massive. So Art was explaining to me that there are these markings on the floor. And I don't know how well this reads, but they show how large famous cathedrals are in comparison to this basilica. And that probably reads, I don't know what any of these are. But in any event, from there to here is the size of Ecclesias Cordis Jesu Aurelius. Who can say? That terrible pronunciation was brought to you by 3 years of high school Latin. We descended one level and passed the crypts of several deceased popes before making our way back outside to get to our next stop, the Vatican Museum. So right now, we're walking along one wall beside of the Vatican, following a man holding a stick. And I think the only thing that could make this more touristy is if we were riding segways. The Vatican Museum is home to gardens, galleries, and over 70,000 exhibits. It's visited by over 6 million people per year. During prime visiting hours, the place is so packed with tourists that it's easy to believe that all 6 million of them are in there with you all at once. With so much to see, it was important to prioritize. Our tour did a good job of hitting the most popular attractions, like the Gallery of Tapestries and the Gallery of Maps.
Oh, you saw it. Yeah. Here we have all the land of the Vatican in the past, all the property of the Vatican, and now clearly belongs to it.
By now, we'd been at it for about 5 hours, and we were fading fast. We exited through the gift shop and headed into the heart of Trastevere for some lunch at the world-famous Tornorello's. After lunch, we crossed back over the Tiber on foot and made our way east in the direction of our apartment. Along the way, we visited the Piazza Navona, a neighborhood occupying the footprint of the Stadium of Domitian, which in the 1st century AD was the site of public athletic events. Check out our next video, where we spend our second full day in Rome and visit the Colosseum.